Are you struggling to maintain a consistent breathwork practice? Practicing longer isn't going to be more efficient than practicing more frequently. The more times you show up to the plate, the more reps you get in are going to reap better results than irregular practicing long periods at a time. I've discovered this in my own personal practice and research just over the last 5 years, because I've gone through patterns where I'm practicing every single day at the same time for an extended periods of time, months to years, where my schedule has become more irregular and I'll go a few days without practicing, but I'll try to make up for it by practicing longer. Now, with breathwork and meditation, practicing longer does allow you to go deeper into the more spiritual realm of the practice. When you become one with your breath and the environment and your entire sensory experience, there's a level of clarity that you really can't describe in a video unless you experience it yourself. But for this video's sake, I'm just talking about making progression in the practice itself. The point of meditation and breathwork for me is not to just sit down and meditate. The point is for me to live a better life. I know what it's like to be at the top of the mountain and be worried about falling off the cliff. It happens to all of us. We'll be having the best experience of our life and we'll use it as an opportunity to take out our phone. And yes, sometimes it's recording it is nice, but sometimes it's because we don't know what to do. It's like, okay, this is it. This is the headline of the set. I'm peaking right now and I'm thinking about other things rather than being completely immersed and in the flow of the moment. And breathwork and meditation practices help us live in the moment, which is really, if you're gonna have a goal of the practice, if I want to achieve anything at all, it's to be completely present doing what I'm doing with concentration, clarity, and a balanced equanimity. So no matter if things are pleasant or unpleasant, I'm cool, I'm chilling. No matter what happens, I'm gonna deal with it and I'm gonna process it like an experienced meditation master. And if we're going to set that as our goal, frequency of practice is much more important than length of practice. It's going to be more effective if you practice for 10 minutes a day for 7 days in a row than for an hour and 10 minutes 1 day a week. And so how we do this, the trick that we need in order to do this is far simpler than you're ever going to imagine. It's this. What you do is you set a time on your schedule. Let's say before lunch. Let's say before work. You set a time on your schedule and you give yourself enough time to properly practice. And what you do is you pick exactly where you're going to practice. You need to have a designated space with a designated time on your schedule, and you need to have accountability. Either you make an announcement on your social media feed that you're gonna start this practice and you're gonna do this every day. You tell someone that you respect. You need some type of accountability. You hire a coach, some type of accountability, whatever works for you. It needs to be a real pressure. It needs to be something pressing. Like you need to be embarrassed to not do it. It needs to be inconvenient for you to not practice. You need to know where you're practicing and you need to know what time you're gonna practice at. That way you eliminate all of the friction in your life from practicing. And what will happen is you'll practice consistently, you'll practice more frequently, and give yourself 3 weeks, give yourself 21 practices, even if it's only 5 days a week. But you know exactly where you're gonna practice every day for those 5 days. Even if it's every other day, but you know exactly when you're gonna practice, where you're gonna practice, what time you're gonna practice. That's what's gonna help you in maintaining a consistent meditation or breathwork practice. I hope you enjoyed this video. For those of you that are new here, my name is Jake Toomey. This is on behalf of Breathe Blue Door. We have the Breathe and Think Better podcast. We have a newsletter that you can subscribe to, and we're so grateful for your time and energy. Thank you.